Hey everyone, I'm Master Zainith, and today I'm going to be talking about the PlayStation 4 game called Beach Buggy Racing. So I picked this game up on PSN sale for about $4, and I'd have to say it was definitely worth it, and today I'm going to tell you why I thought that. There are 9 cups in career mode that you must complete, and at the end of each cup there's a boss battle, which is a one-on-one against a certain character that you can unlock them. Now the one thing I found annoying about these boss battles is that at the end of the ninth cup, when you're done the career mode, is when you unlock the last character. Since you're done the career mode, you're not really going to be using this character very much, which I didn't really like. So I just found myself using the first character I got because that's the one I got the most exposure to, and I didn't have much time to practice with the other ones. One thing though about each character that I thought was really cool is that every character gets a different power up. So Rex, for example, which is the first character you get, his power up is a speed boost that leaves a fire trail behind. Now, if any other drivers drive into this fire trail, they'll slow down, which will give you a big advantage. Another character that there is McSkelly. Now, McSkelly's power up is, say you shoot a missile at him, you can activate your power and that missile won't hit you anymore. Or you can drive through your opponent's cars. There's 10 drivers in total, so each one's got a different power up. So it's really unique that you can utilize their powers to help you win, which isn't in a whole lot of other kart games like Mario Kart. The drivers don't have specific powers, which I like about this game. One annoying thing about these boss battles, though, is that you can only use your special power once per race. But in these boss battles, they can use their special powers like every 15 seconds. So one character I ran in trouble with is this rabbit character. Whenever you get in front of him, he starts shooting carrots at you. That's his special power. He shoots carrots at you. Now, he would hit me, so I'd obviously blow up, and I'd reset. He'd pass me. By the time I passed him again, he was able to use his powers again, so he just kept hitting me again and again and again. I had to retry it a bunch of times. It was a little frustrating, but, I mean, that's the biggest difficulty curve I experienced in the whole game. So I guess there is in this game what you call difficulty settings. There's 100, 250, 500, and 1000 horsepower. I assume they're supposed to change the difficulty, but the only difference I really noticed was a change in the speed of the vehicles. So now I want to talk about the items and power-ups. There's a few items or power-ups in this game that draw inspiration from the Mario Kart series. One being the Death Bat. Now this is a lot like the Blue Shell. The only difference between the two is the Death Bat, I find, shows up at least 2 or 3 times per race, whereas the Blue Shell only shows up about once per race. I found it a little bit irritating having to defend against it 2 or 3 times ahead. I mean, I don't know if I was just too far ahead or if that's just how it always is, but I just found I was always defending against these Death Bats. Another one would be the a police chase power-up. So this is a lot like the star power-up in Mario Kart, where you turn invulnerable, nothing can damage you, you can bust through anything and everything, and it gives you a speed boost. And the last one, there's quite a few more, but the last one I'll talk about is a Tiki Seeker, and this reminds me of the Red Shell. The only difference being is the Red Shell can target enemies around corners and follow them around corners. The Tiki Seeker will hone in on somebody, but you have to be within a certain distance or it won't activate properly. Now, there are 2 other power-ups I want to talk about, and these are by far my favorite. The first one being low gravity, and the second one being remote control. So low gravity, when you use it, it's best to use when someone's going into a corner, because when you hit it, they'll be driving, and then all of a sudden their car will start floating in the air. So if they haven't started turning yet, they're screwed. They're going to go face first into that wall, you'll zoom straight past them. Remote control is similar to this, but you have direct control over their car when you use it. So you're going to shoot someone with your remote control power-up, and so if you turn, they turn. If you go straight, they go straight. So if you're behind them on a straightaway and they're entering a corner and you use it on them, you're going to watch them drive straight into the wall and you'll drive right past them. So those 2 are by far my favorite power-ups in the game. So what kind of kart game is fun without multiplayer? This game does have multiplayer, but only in the form of split screen. There's no online functionality, so you can't race against your friends unless if they're in the same room as you. My wife and I played the split screen for a couple of races, And using those power-ups I mentioned before, like low gravity and remote control, were definitely good for a few laughs. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a little about trophies. So as you can see here, I have received the Platinum Trophy. The first few trophies here are fairly easy. They're pretty much just completing the game. These are all the cups, earning all the stars, and then they're not that difficult to get. Recruit 5 drivers. Again, you'll get through the story. Paint a car. Pretty simple. I'll get back to these two actually later. These couple of trophies are fairly easy as well. You might get them throughout your playthroughs. You might have to grind a few, which is like, hitting into some palm trees and hitting certain obstacles on each course. Might have to grind a little bit again, not too bad. Then there are a few challenge ones, such as like win a 1,000 horsepower race without using the brake or without resetting. If you're going for these, it should only take you 1 or 2 tries to really go for. Again, not that difficult. Then there are a few Easter eggs you have to find. Again, you can just look up a guide for those. You'll get them in a few minutes. Beat daily challenges, not that difficult. Those you just have to play the game every day for 7 days in a row and do the challenges. Then there are a few item-based challenges where you have to use your power-ups at a certain time. For example, use a remote control detonate a car under the nitro effect. So you really just have to get that certain power-up, the remote control power-up, follow behind a car and wait for them to activate nitrous. You should get it. Same for using Earth Strike on an opponent who's experiencing low gravity. Again, you just have to follow behind someone and wait for them to use that. So they're not that difficult of a trophy list. There are 2 trophies which make this incredibly difficult, which would be these 2 here. They are Trans-Siberian Railway and the 1%. Now, I completed every other trophy in this game after about 20 hours of gameplay. It took me an additional like 29 to 30 hours just to get these 2 trophies. So it was about 29 to 30 hours of grinding just to get these 2 trophies. So if you're going for the Platinum, these 2 will be extremely grindy, and you might get bored while doing it. Like I'll be honest, they weren't the most fun trophies to go for. But I did it over about a 4-month period. As you can see, I got these on August 24th, and I was originally playing the game back in April. So it took me about 4 months. I played for like, half an hour, maybe every day. Like not every day, but every couple days I played for a half hour, hour here and there. And eventually you do get it. Just don't expect it to be a quick platinum that you get. It'll take a while with how grindy it is. But other than that, the Platinum was not difficult, minus those 2 trophies. Overall, this was a great game, especially for the $4 price tag that I paid for it. The only minuses that I really found were the somewhat cheap boss battles and the 2 trophies, which were rather grindy to attain. But I'm not going to hold that against the game because those are completely optional. So if you're looking for a cheap and pretty good kart racing experience, I would recommend this. I'd give this about 7.0 out of 10 and the overall score. For those of you that have already played Beach Buggy Racing, did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, please don't dislike my video. Thank you for watching. I have a quick gameplay snippet here for you all, and have a nice day. one other thing I forgot to mention is that there is no look behind you button, which is, I don't know why they didn't put that in the game, but it's not there. But again, thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice day.